Hey hotties, how you healing? How you feeling? I'm Zenzi, and this is Hotties Heal. So I'm just sitting here with my unicorn mermaid and thinking about how I actually haven't filmed a video in a while. I haven't been feeling like really motivated or tapped into my creative energy, so I've been waiting for a spark to ensue before I decided to sit down and film. And though I don't necessarily think that's what's happening to me right now, I have just been going through the motions, and 7 planets are in retrograde at the time that I'm filming this. So there's just a lot going on. The energy is wacky and communication is sparse. And with all that being said, I think I've just been really aware of my emotions and what I'm going through. And I wanted to just share this idea that I have and the realization that I came to when I thought about this. And that being that even though I'm actively aware that healing is not linear, and that when you decide to go on a healing journey, it's something that you will likely be on for the rest of your life. That's just the way that it is. I like to remind myself and others that as you're healing, and even when you heal, things can still hurt you and you can still feel triggered and maybe not have the best internal reaction. That doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. And I definitely have noticed that I'm a fixer. I'm always trying to fix things, whether it be my emotional state or circumstances, whatever. But I started to acknowledge that sometimes things don't need to be fixed, and sometimes they just can't be. And I constantly have to remind myself that things are what they are, and you just have to reach a point of acceptance in that. Basically, I think that before you become completely detached, and I can't speak on whether or not that's totally possible because I'm not in that place yet. Detaching for me is a process. It's like every time something comes up, I have to refocus and remind myself that certain things are completely out of my control and try not to internalize that. I definitely have a control problem where most likely I didn't feel a lot of control in my childhood, and so now I overcompensate by trying to make something be the best possible outcome. And when I'm not in a position to do that, I feel powerless. But there's power in being powerless if you can just accept that things are out of your control, so you don't have to worry about them. It's a mild conundrum still to me, but it's possible. You just have to remind yourself that. Another thing that I notice about myself is that I really intellectualize how I'm feeling, and that can be difficult because it's like I can completely pinpoint all of my behaviors and the reasons that I feel the way that I do. But when it comes to actually being able to feel those things so that I can release them, I have a little bit more trouble. I think I've been so used to operating from a place of logic, even though it may seem as though I'm acting on my emotions at times. I think my thoughts manipulate how I feel, and I tend to get down on myself when I am still mentally struggling with things that my heart and soul feel like they've forgiven and have moved on from. I've been saying this a lot, that my mind refuses to let go of the things that my heart and soul are ready to walk away from. It's very conflicting. So if you're struggling with this, great. I mean, not great, but at least you can have comfort in knowing that you're not alone and that you don't need to fix or understand it any more than you already do. I think now it's just a matter of being able to feel those things and allowing them to pass through you. I have not mastered this yet, but I'm working on it, and I know it's possible because I have moments of feeling really connected and compassionate and understanding towards myself. But life has a funny way of getting you in these motions where you start to forget when things aren't moving at the pace that you want them to, at least for me. So I think that's all I have to say today. I'm not exactly sure if any of that was helpful. Maybe it was just helpful to me, but the takeaway from this is, if you've done all you can, you just have to be hands off and realize, you've done all you can. Even if the outcome of what you were trying to accomplish didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to, if you're taking all the steps to support yourself and to be a good person and to be authentic, then that's all you can do, really. One thing that we all have to remember, including me, especially me, is just because you're being real and authentic doesn't mean that people are going to perceive you to be that way. It doesn't mean that you're going to get a reaction that you want or were hoping for. All you can do is be yourself and hope for the best. And things aren't always going to work out for the best, but in those moments, handle it with grace. Show yourself compassion and love, and understand that there are certain things that are way bigger than you. It goes outside of us. Most things are out of our control. The only thing that's really in our control is ourselves. And even sometimes the way that we react to things, or let me stop saying we, I'll put it in first person. Even sometimes the way that I react to things, even if I'm not showing it outwardly, isn't in the most positive way in my eyes. The most important thing to do in those moments is sort of digest that and understand why you feel the way that you do. But here I am speaking logically. After you're able to understand it, find ways to feel that. I would say the best ways to feel or just spend quiet moments with yourself, meditate, practice self-care rituals, and journal. Be creative, do a creative project. Creativity always gets my emotions flowing. Yeah, that's all I have, I guess. I don't exactly know how organized this video is going to be, but sometimes better to just put it out there and share it. Maybe it's for somebody, maybe it's just for me, but either way, I did it, and I'm wishing anyone who did it with me to have a great day and night whenever you're watching this, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye.